Well, welcome to Beans, Brews and Bread. Bit of sowing for early winter. A bit of an experiment as well with the plan of the manure delivery in a week or so. We've had Storm Bert this week, which has delayed the manure delivery unfortunately. But fingers crossed, the weather will be dry for some delivery period over the November into December, and we might get some manure. But we'll do some sowing today. We've got a little experiment with checking for aminopyralid in the manure that we've got on order. So fingers crossed. So firstly, hope everyone is safe and well with Storm Bert. Hopefully you've not had any blow away polytunnels blow away, or any horticultural glass damage in your greenhouses. Hope everyone is safe and well, because it's been quite bad here in the northwest, and certainly I think Wales has been particularly badly hit, so hope everyone's okay. But we're going to do a bit of a plant sowing today. We've got some Aquaculture Claudia. I've not put any down on the allotment because we've managed to get the elephant garlic in, and the garlic and the onion sets and shallots. Managed to clear a bed nice and tidy. Got those in just before that, but also just at the start of that really cold spell we got before this this storm arrived. So managed to get all those in, which was brilliant. Really happy we got those in. But we've got a manure delivery, and they managed to do a drop for half of the plots before the wet weather came in, and we had absolute washout where the tractor couldn't come with its trailer because the ground was just too boggy. But they had a delivery the week before, and we had this. This is, I managed to get some which had fallen onto my plot, so finders keepers. And I thought I'd give a little bit of a test to this batch and see if we were free from any of this aminopyralid. Now, aminopyralid, as I understand it, is a persistent weed killer, which particularly affects the members of the bean family. So I was going to do some broad beans sowing anyway to get them started off at home, rather than putting them out at the allotment, because we get mice and other pests will give them give them some attention and maybe eat them. So I thought what we'd do is we'd mix some sterile compost which we've got here, which I've got left over from some of the planters at home, and I'd mix that with some of the horse manure that we'd had delivered, and then we could see how they germinated over this week and see how they fared leading up to the delivery. Now, if the manure is affected by aminopyralid, it will, I think it affects something called the stacking function for the cells, and it creates twisted and contorted growth on the plant. So you'll see it in the stems and the leaves, and that's what affects the plants the most. So if they do germinate and they look pretty ropey, not as expected, then maybe we'll maybe give the manure delivery a swerve. But like I say, we managed to get some of this. I believe it to be from a trusted source. There's also a possibility that the people who feed the animals, if it's bought in hay, not even from land that they're not necessarily spraying, if they buy in feed, that feed itself, because the weed killer is so persistent, they end up providing, it goes through the animal, and they don't even know that, they know they're not spraying it, but if they buy in feed and that feed's been affected by the weed killer, it's that persistent that it will get in the manure that way. So it's no criticism of the the provider of the manure necessarily. They know that they're not spraying it, but the feed they buy in, it might be affected. So we'll mix some of this in together. It's quite dry. I think it's some coir kind of thing from some, but we bought some plants, some brassicas, which we planted in the plot and put under cover for winter, and some from my pots which have been saved back at the house. Now this stuff is quite well rotted. I don't know if you can see from there, but as you can see, it is very well rotted. There is some sort of grass and sort of organic, maybe, you know, more stuff that's been picked up from the allotment than has gone, you know, it's been delivered with the load. But it's really well rotted stuff. It's almost, I mean, it smells a little bit sort of like damp compost. There's no sort of, you know, manure-y smell with it. So hopefully it'll be a good source for fertility for next year, but fingers crossed. So I'll mix this now, and we'll get that put into these cell trays, and we'll get some Aquadulture Claudia sown. So, like I say, we'll break this up. Really nice stuff. Really moist. You can tell how it's, you know, how you know, really well rotted manure will keep the water retention. So give this a nice mix. Yeah, it's sort of like a slightly sort of farmyardy smell, nothing too offensive. Given the shed at the house a nice tidy up today. Got the shelf fixed, which was a bit warped, and some of the brackets had come away, so we gave that a nice repair today. So as you can see, that's all pretty well combined. And we'll put this in the little mini greenhouse, give it a few days, and hopefully the temperature's now today sort of 14 degrees with the rain, so it's not been too cold after that massive cold spell we had. So what I'll do is I'll move that across so you can see a bit better. And get it filled in. It's quite moist, so I'll give it a tap down. So the idea is Aquadulture Claudia. Ideally, I would have had a nice spot cleared already. For these to go in, there's nothing at the minute apart from the onion bed, which I've managed to get cleared. But I probably would have germinated these at the house anyway. This little experiment notwithstanding, so there we go. It's all quite moist. There you go. And we'll get the Aquadulture Claudia in. Aquadulture Claudia is a good one for overwintering. I think at this stage now, I'm happy to keep these at the house. It's going to get much colder, obviously, over the coming weeks and months. I think you've seen on us doing the Aquadulture Claudia before, but you see, a little broad bean. Got loads this year, really happy with the Aquadulture Claudia. And I'll find a dibber and we'll get some seed in. Always good for a little bit of a dibber cane. So we'll get nice big holes in. I'm going to get them at least the depth of the seed. I've upgraded my phone recently, and unfortunately my Ravia microphone is a Lightning, not the new USB-C, so hopefully the sound quality is not too bad today. So get these in. Nice handful there, and we'll get them in. This stuff is really quite moist. I'm not going to give them a water, but I will keep my eye on them for the next few days. We'll see how these come up. Like I say, if you can do this before you get a manure delivery, then I think it's worth a go. It only happened, obviously, like I say, because there's been a delivery to other plot holders, but as I say, mine's been delayed, so I thought I'd give it a go. Just pack some over the hole that's been left from the dibbing, and I'll do a little update, I think, in the week if we get some germination, and we'll see how we're looking. Fingers crossed. We'll hopefully come up strong. Like I said, this is really well rotted stuff. If the stuff that you are going to get delivered is not this well rotted, then it might end up burning the seeds if you put it in too high a concentration. So I'd just be a little bit cautious on that. But this is really quite well rotted stuff. I am mixing it about easily 50-50, if not 75-25 with, as I say, the spent compost from the house. There we go. One tray of Aquadulture Claudia, and we'll see how that goes. Thanks for watching today on Beans, Brews and Bread. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, then I'd be grateful if you give it a manure thumbs up. If you've got any suggestions or comments, or if you suffered from this dreaded aminopyralid problem in the past, or you've done this experiment yourself, type down in the comments below. If you've not subscribed already, I'd be grateful if you press the subscribe button and press the bell icon, and you'll be notified the next time we've got a video. But thanks for watching today, and we'll see you next time. Bye!